watching HALENVILLE Live with Fruitcake Tony. Woo! Wow!
Hell yeah.
Hey now, we are off and running. It is just a couple minutes past 9 o'clock. It's Tuesday night. It's November the 14th, 2023. HALENVILLE Live, Fruitcake Tony, Charles Greene, Ed DeBrill along. What's happening, dudes?
What's going on, everybody?
Howdy. What's new with you, Tony? It's been a while.
I know we missed you this past week.
Man.
You were at a concert.
Yeah, only poked
but
in
it's
for a
good to
little
see
bit.
you tonight, dude.
Glad to be here, man.
Yeah, bro.
I try not to miss an opportunity to talk Van Halen. Are you kidding me?
There you go.
Yeah.
I look at it like that also. Yeah. How's it going this week, Charles?
A lot of work going on. Busy, you guys. It's pretty much how it is right now. It's getting cold. Winter's here.
Yep.
We don't have any snow yet, so it's all good. It's good to see everybody, man. I hope you guys are doing good.
Thank you.
We are,
Thank
dude.
you.
Always great to see you, Charles. I didn't like that word yet. I hope there's none.
We had some in my area, not in this where I live exactly, but just around in the surrounding towns.
You already had snow?
Yeah. Yep. A little higher elevations, some hilly terrain. A couple of my employees, they had to wipe some snow off of their vehicles on their way to work. Yeah.
Nice.
A little bit. Just dusting.
That just keeps them sharp. That's all there is to that.
Yeah. No reason to be late for work.
Oh, God. Oh, man. We do have special guests here tonight. There is some very cool, some new Van Halen news we're going to talk about. We're going to wait until we bring in our special guest. And yeah, Randy Price is in the green room. Maybe we should go ahead, Ed and Charles. Maybe we should knock the chat open and chat first. I just opened it. Yeah. All right, let's start at the bottom. There's Ed in the house.
Hey. Oh, I'm
Right
all
there.
over the place.
He is.
Right on, Ed.
There's Christopher Live Sova in the house. What's up, dude? Good to see you,
up,
bro.
Sova?
Good to see you, man.
Ryan Hall, what's up, dude?
Right on, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
Mr. BHB Jr. Must be Bruce.
Right on, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
You're out.
Bruce.
You're out.
All Dave, all night. What's up, dude? Always good to see you.
Hey.
Good to see you, Dave.
Dave's not here.
All right, let me scroll up. Every time I
yeah, it's right there.
try to grab, there it is. Mr. Mick in the house. What's up?
Right on,
Mick.
Mr.
What's
Mick.
up, brother?
Thanks for the birthday wish, Mick. You rock, brother.
So there's Charles 75 in.
Charles,
good to see you, bro.
Oh, the Fabric King.
KXM Rock. What's up?
Yeah.
Right
KXM.
there, brother.
Nice.
Right on, man.
All right, I'm gonna scroll up. There's Mark in the house, Charles.
Mark, what's going on, dude?
Hey, Mark.
There's Randy Price
Hey.
in the chat too.
Right
Right
on, Randy.
on.
He's
Yeah.
working it. He's working it.
Let's see. All right.
Gotta work.
So
Gotta work the crowd.
That's
you'll
right.
have to
That's
catch
right.
me on the bottom if I don't call your name at the top. But there, I see Patty Deal. Good to see you, Patty.
Right on, Patty.
Oh, yeah.
You
Hope
rock,
your
bro.
week's going swell.
There she is.
And there's Lawnmower Tapes.
All
Lawnmower,
right.
you rock, brother. Right on, man.
All right. Okay. There's Mark. What's up,
Yep.
Mark?
What's up, Mark?
Hey, Mark. Right on, bro. For the second time, brother.
Nice.
Right on.
Yeah. I like the Van Halen avatars.
Yeah.
You know why I say
Everybody's
that?
is different, right?
You know why I say that, Ed? You know, like I look
I
at
know
yours
exactly why.
and I look at Mark's.
Yep.
And,
There's
you know,
mine. Yep.
in this chat, you see a lot of avatars that have stripes and, you know, like that. There's
Yeah.
Vanilla. Good to
Millie,
see
what's up?
you.
Right on.
All right.
What's up, Millie?
But
Millie?
the point is, I was watching a live stream that, you know, I was like, hey, yeah, it's breaking Van Halen news out there. I know it is. We all know it is. We'll talk about it. But I was watching this other show and I was looking at their avatars and their show, and I didn't see no goddamn stripes.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. All right.
You know,
Nobody was rocking the stripes.
just saying.
Wow.
None. I didn't see no Van Halen.
Hey, did we miss John McAllister by any chance?
I think we did. Hey,
Right
John.
on, John. You rock, brother.
There's Papa Blue.
Papa,
Yep.
you rock, bro. Right on, man.
And there's Monique. Hey, Monique.
Hey, Monique.
Hey,
Good to
Monique.
see
Right
you,
on, girl.
ma'am. Right on. There is Keith Campbell in the chat. What's up,
What's
dude?
up? What's up, Keith?
What's going on, Keith?
See? Van Halen fans. Andy Carson.
Yeah.
Right on.
Hey,
bro.
all
Right
right.
on, Andy.
Van
Right on,
Halen
dude.
people. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sorry. Just
I saw
had to
right,
put that out
OU812's in the chat earlier too.
Right
there.
there,
He
Ryan.
was. Ryan, good to see you, bro.
Yeah, and who just came in? Lewis
did. There he is.
Louis, yeah.
From
Yeah.
Fairfield?
No.
Louis Valerio.
Oh, hey, right
Yeah.
on, Lewis. Good to see you, bro. Right on.
Yeah, good to see you, bro. Yeah, recent winner here on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So speaking of winners here on the channel, before we bring in, and there's Ryan DeWeese. Nice to see you.
Hey, Ryan.
Good to
Ryan.
see you, bro.
Welcome.
Welcome. All right.
Excellent.
Speaking of winning, we're gonna run later on. We're gonna run some nearly impossible Van Halen trivia. Pretty tough question tonight. It is. That'll be a little later on. We're playing for a bill and a quarter. You know it. Guess 71D. Correct.
Very cool.
$1 million.
All right. That's right. But it's a tough question here. Yeah. It's a tough question. And I showed everybody but you, Charles.
It's all right.
I did.
That's all right.
I want to
be
show
okay.
you. But yeah. All right. So let's bring in our special guest. We all know him. He is a huge Van Halen fan. Great dude. Great member of this community. All of you know him. Supporter of this channel and other great YouTube channels.
Mm-hmm.
and he's a great guitar player also.
You got that right.
And he's going to show us some guitars and some gear tonight too, while we've got him. But let's give a big warm welcome, Randy Price in the house.
Yeah,
What's up?
What's up, dude?
right on, dude.
How you doing, man?
Good. Good to be here.
Yeah,
Randy,
good.
you're awesome, bro.
Thanks, Charles. You're awesome
Right
too.
on, buddy. Right on, man.
Good to see
He
you,
was worried,
man.
guys. He was worried about his tone. I was getting a drink and I'm listening and I hear him telling Tony, "I don't know, is my tone any good? Is it gonna be all right?" I just jumped out and said, "Bro, you got it, buddy. You're gonna be fine, man."
I told Ed, don't touch anything, Ed.
Don't touch any dials. Nope. Sorry.
Right.
Nope. Nothing.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Randy,
Sounds
it's good to
fantastic.
see you, bro.
You too, T.
Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, long overdue, man. You
Yeah.
Thanks for your support here on this channel and in the community, though, in general, man. You're a huge Van Halen fan, as we all know.
Super nerd.
Yeah, and and I must say, before we go any further, Randy has won a whole lot here on the channel. Randy has quite a little collection of 71D quarters too, but he won't be playing tonight, so
Not eligible.
he's not eligible. Yeah, so yeah. It's like Woods in the 2002 Masters, right?
Right.
If he didn't play, yeah. So, yeah.
Very cool.
Well, dude,
I got to tell you, Randy. I'm sorry. I got to tell you, Randy. Saw you with the OU crew, and man,
Right.
you lit it up, dude.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
To play with those guitar aficionados and you definitely held your own, and I think you outshined them quite a bit too. So yeah, you amazing. Yeah, you did great.
Thank you. Yeah, John DeShay was bugging me for a few weeks. He's like, "Man, I put up some videos on my Facebook. I don't ever post any clips of me playing hardly."
Mhm.
And I put up a couple clips, and he's like, "Man, you got to come join in on a Sunday and jam with us, dude." And he bugged me for a few weeks, and I finally sent Ryan a message. I'm like, "Hey, man, John wants me to come play. Is that cool?" So they, been nice enough to have me back again. So, Ryan's pretty local to me. He's about 45 minutes drive.
Really?
So,
oh,
yeah,
cool.
Oh, cool.
he's on the north side of Atlanta, and I'm on the east side. So
Nice.
we're metro neighbors.
Excellent. Excellent.
Right on, man.
That's so cool. That is so cool.
So, Randy, tell us what. So, we all know you here in the community. We feel like we know you. Carry us back in time and what got you into music and what got you into playing guitar, but mainly, how'd you discover Van Halen?
Okay, so we got to go back to toddler. I was born in '87, so I'm one of the younger guys in the community, I guess. But when it comes to guitar, I mean, you go through any of my family's photo albums, and there's pictures of me with some kind of guitar-shaped object all the way back till I was probably 3 years old. So I've always been fascinated with guitar. I didn't actually start playing till I was about 11, but just always loved music, even from a toddler. If somebody had a piano, I'd have to go sit and go bang on it, or whatever. But always been infatuated with music, and I think a lot of that came from my mom. She always loved music, and I remember she would take me to school in the mornings, and Atlanta had an oldies station called Fox 97.
Kurt.
So I got the the Motown and the Beach Boys and the Beatles and all that stuff at a super young age.
Yep, that'll work. So.
And Hip's my boy.
Yeah.
But my dad had 5150 on cassette in his truck when I was 6, 7, 8 years old, somewhere in there, and I just thought the album cover looked cool. And I got him. He was a big Boston fan. Loved Boston. My parents partied in the 70s, so they were, Boston, Kiss, Zeppelin, Ted Nugent, all that stuff. And I got my dad to put the 5150 cassette in, and just that was it for me. I was like, all right, I need to know more about this. So pretty much how I found Van Halen, and just got hooked on it ever since at like 7 or 8 years old. And then, with how common the internet became in the late 90s, mid-late 90s, we got the internet, sit there on AOL dial-up, and just anything I could find out about Van Halen, that's what I did.
Nice.
Got my first real guitar probably at 10 years old, and started taking lessons when I was 12. Took lessons for about 3 years. And my guitar teacher was a guy named Rick, who was a huge Jeff Beck fan.
Cool. Very cool.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, he's just Jeff Beck was his guy.
Yeah.
So, I would go in there and I would want to learn Van Halen. He'd be like, "We're not ready there, but let me show you this Jeff Beck lick." I'm like, "So you can teach me Jeff Beck, but you can't teach me Van Halen?" But he emphasized a lot of stuff with good vibrato. He tell me, like, "Look, kid, you can't have shitty vibrato playing guitar." So he's like, "We gotta work on that kind of stuff first before we get into the flashy tapping and shredding and all that." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then started learning it on my own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then, as when I was a teenager, new metal, all the new metal bands were the big rage. So I didn't really get huge into the new metal thing. I mean, I progressed into heavier music. I got really big into Metallica. James Hetfield definitely shaped my right hand. And, bands like that, but, the big 7-string down-tuned, all that, I never really got into that. So when all my friends were listening to that stuff, I was still listening to Van Halen. So, but I went chronologically pretty much backwards through the Van Halen catalog, because Sammy was in the band. My mom was a big Sammy Hagar fan. I remember, after Turtles got bought out, it was like Blockbuster Music. So probably twice a month, me and my mom would go to Blockbuster Music, and she would buy a CD, and she'd buy me a CD. And I remember I bought OU 812, and she got Standing Hampton. So she always loved Sammy's cover of "Piece of My Heart."
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So
Was she into Montrose at all? She that kind of fan, or?
No, she liked Sammy solo. I don't think she ever listened to Montrose. I know she actually wasn't like a huge Led Zeppelin fan either.
Mm-hmm.
But
interesting. Yeah.
She was more. She liked Ted Nugent,
mm-hmm.
and she was more into. She loved Peter Frampton, Cat Stevens, all the big singer-songwriters of the 70s,
sure.
The Eagles. My dad was more of the hard rock guy. My dad was more the one that was going to play Zeppelin and Kiss, the early Van Halen stuff. Like I said, he was a big Boston Aerosmith fan, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I got more of the heavier stuff, what would be considered heavy back then, I got from my dad's deal.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
There's Nelson Rodriguez, Charles.
So you were well rounded then, as far as music goes,
right?
With your mom on her side of what she liked, and your dad, you were listening to all of it, I'm sure.
Right, and then I met my childhood best friend. I met him in like the 4th grade, and his parents were about 10 years younger than my parents. They had him in their late teens in the mid 80s, and I remember the first time I went over there. they had a room, they'd like close their garage in, and that was where they had their pool table and their giant stereo, and his dad raced cars and all his trophies and stuff were in there. Well, I opened their stereo cabinet one day, and it was any 80s metal you could ever dream of. Priest, Queensryche, Metallica, Maiden.
Wow.
You know.
Excellent.
So I started borrowing CDs from their collection and progressed into the heavier stuff from that. So, but yeah, I mean, I like it. I like it all.
Did a bright light? Did a bright light come out of the cabinet when you opened it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Did you ever delve down the Anthrax, Slayer? You know, you went there though, right? You got into that darkness, right? Excellent.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Played a couple Slayer riffs on the OU812.
Yeah. That's why I'm mentioning it. I mentioned it.
There's Mikey Mojo, Ed.
Right
Mikey
on.
Mojo, the busiest guy on
Mikey?
Instagram. Busiest dude on Instagram.
What's up, bro?
What's up, Mike?
Quality content Mikey reposts.
Of course.
But after, even though all of that, all the stuff I listened to and, the stuff that really shaped my guitar playing and whatnot, it was Van Halen's always been number one. I always come back to Van Halen.
Of course.
You get the...
All roads.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
And then I always hated the Sammy versus Day. Who cares, dude? I like the era of Van Halen where Eddie's playing guitar and writing songs. That's all I care about.
That's what it's all about,
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right.
That's
Where
awesome, bro.
is he at? There's Boner Jams in the chat.
Hey, what's up, Boner?
Mr.
Broner.
Beasley. Right on, brother.
Right.
Brian Beesman.
That's good.
Cool. Yeah. Him and Kurt up in here tonight.
Sova asked if I listened to Static X. Not really. But my best friend, whose house I'm at right now, is a giant Static X fan.
Excellent.
Static X your favorite band? Yes. So he's a big Static X fan. Like I said, I never got super huge into most of the new metal stuff. I was like, where's the technical ability? Where's the guitar solos? So
Yeah.
they weren't there, so I wasn't that interested.
So like Korn and
I got into Korn later.
yeah.
Kind of figured out what all that was about. When I was probably in my late teens, I'm like, okay, I can dig in on this.
Mm-hmm.
But other bands like I never got into Limp Bizkit or I never got into Static X. I am a huge Seven Dust fan.
Oh,
Seven Dust is excellent, bro.
Which being from Atlanta and them being from Atlanta, and we've had some connections and some mutual friends and whatnot. So been many a good times hanging with the Seven Dust boys.
wow.
Nice. So Randy, you took lessons as a kid for 2 or 3 years. Were you, as you got older, were you in bands?
Yeah. First band, I was probably 15, and we didn't play any Van Halen because it wasn't pop. You're trying to get to play these, teenage girls' parties, the cheerleader parties and stuff. So you play mainly current, whatever was on the radio. We played a lot of Nickelback, Creed.
Do you remember the first party you ever played at?
Yeah, freshman year.
Do you remember the first song you ever played at that party?
Oh.
Yeah, it was Whatever by Godsmack.
Really?
Yes.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome.
There you go.
I just wanted to set a foundation for us all to get a mental picture of you, brother. Just where did you begin?
Yeah.
Godsmack, guys. He started at Godsmack.
Yeah.
He was laying it down from the start.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
The first song we played at that party was Whatever by Godsmack.
Excellent, bro. And second question. Did the cops show up?
No.
I won't hold that against you. It's okay. We're not going to judge.
Well,
Now,
the house we were at had, dude, it was like cornfields aren't they're not something you see a lot of around the metro area, especially not with how much it's grown in the last 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
But the house we were playing at, they were on like 30 acres. So behind his house was nothing but cornfields, and it had just been plowed. So we were out in the field. Had extension cords everywhere, running from the house out in the field. It was on a flatbed trailer was the stage.
Didn't you say that it was like a girls' event? Like it was a bunch of girls there or something?
Okay, so I was in – fuck, I don't even want to admit this. I was in marching band.
Sorry.
I had to find something to do music in high school, middle school. But I played guitar in jazz band, and I was in the marching band on the drum line. So the party we were at,
that's really nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, drumline's respectable.
That's very respectable. It really is, dude.
I wasn't sticking a foot. Never mind. But it was one of the chicks that was what do you call them? The flag girls that do all, I forget what you call them now. Mm-hmm. But it was one of her parties.
Okay.
So it was mainly everybody that we were in band with, and a couple of cheerleader girls that did the dance, the flag dance thing. Like I said, I don't remember what the hell you call it, but
majorettes or something.
Yeah. There you go.
Did they have batons too?
Oh yeah, they had the whatever, the majorette's the one that leads them or whatever. She had the baton, and then the other ones had the flags.
Yep.
So if I remember right, it was one of their parties. And then here we are playing Godsmack.
All the cool kids. All the cool kids were there.
Right.
Oh man, that is awesome.
It's few and far between that all the cool kids showed up.
You remember a lot about that night. What were you drinking that night? You remember that?
If I remember right, it was probably Coors Banquet. None of that light beer shit.
Excellent. God, man. That's crazy. That is crazy cool.
So, yeah, that was the first high school party we played. And then as it progressed, as I got older, I played in a few other bands. The most successful one was a band that is knocked together. It was not a lot of member changes. I was a fill-in guy. I was friends with another band that was friends with them, and they played a lot of shows together. And I ended up being a fill-in guy. Their lead guitar player broke his wrist playing football on like Thanksgiving or something. Around like 2007, and I ended up being the fill-in guy for like a month, and then he ended up having some issues, so I ended up being the guy for about 2 years.
Oh wow!
And we did they had already done an album. The album that I did with them never got released because the band just kind of ended up internally combusted, and but I did an album. I did about 20 songs. So really a double album. And it never got released. We had some label interest from a couple labels. We did a lot of showcases, label showcase shows down here and in Nashville and Columbia, South Carolina. So
you got around a bit. Very cool.
Did some touring of the East Coast.
Okay, man. Okay, you said it. You brought it up. Worst tour story.
The fist fight on the side of the road right outside of Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
Oh hell!
All right. Do tell.
That was between me and the front man, who was also the rhythm guitar player.
Ouch.
And too much to drink. Egos, and it's just kind of like, you know what? Let's go. Pull the van over. Let's go. Let's get this over with.
Randy, was the road wearing on you a little bit, or what was?
No, dude, I loved it.
It's cool, right?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, but when you have, if there was ever a case for lead singer disease, that was it.
Oh hell!
Was he trying to go out on?
There you go.
Oh shit!
That's
Was he
it.
trying to go out on his own?
No, it's just different directions. And hey, man, I'm tired of you. He would tell me, we were recording solos or doing overdubs or something. He would tell me what to play. And I'm like, dude, fuck that. That's not how I work.
Oh.
If you don't like something I'm doing, give me some suggestions of parts you liked and parts you don't. We can work around it, But he was like, no, he would take his guitar and he would play like a crappy version of it. Like, play something like that. And then if you didn't play exactly what he wanted you to play, then forget about it. And it was so when we would play live, I would improv a lot of the solos because what's he going to do about it then?
That's right.
So
have a fight on stage.
Right. You play these. A lot of these places, they're bar gigs where you're getting booked to play 3 or 4 hours, 3 sets in 4 hours.
Wow.
And by halfway through the second set, he's consumed enough and blown his voice out that it's just like, what are you doing? You're worried about what everyone else is doing. You're the one out here. You can't even sing anymore. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
First,
get in a fight on stage.
No, I never did that. It was on the side of the highway right outside of Richmond, Virginia.
Well, you pick your spots well. I'll give you that. You couldn't pick a better place. A little privacy, people have I don't care.
Nothing like this, Randy, on
here
your
comes.
lead singer.
I do it.
Here it comes.
Love that video.
You suck.
Yeah, no, I'll handle it off stage. I'm at least going to make sure I'm playing a good show, or to my best ability. Yeah, we can handle the rest off stage afterwards. So,
hey, Christopher wants to know what the first concert you attended was.
Don McLean.
Oh,
American Pie. No
American
kidding.
Pie. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Whoa, that's cool.
I was in middle school, and he played. I went to Newton County High School, and they have an auditorium, they've torn it down and built a new school. But they had a pretty big auditorium that was built in the late 80s, and great sound. And I think it held about 5,000 people. So, I mean, it was a theater-sized, big ass auditorium. And I don't know how he got booked to play there. I don't know what county organization booked him. But one of my mom's friends had tickets, and she's like, "We got 2 extra tickets if y'all want to go." So I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go see the American Pie guy." And we sat there for 2 hours and had no idea what in the hell he was playing.
Really?
And then, of course, the encore was American Pie.
Wow. It's his one song, right?
Probably 12 or 13. I was in middle school. I do remember that.
Wow.
But I remember I've got a signed CD. He was signing CDs in the hallway after the show. Because, I mean, dude, it started at 7 o'clock and was over at 9:30. It was an early thing. But he was signing CDs, and I guess he wrote a book or something, if I remember right. And he was out there signing CDs and a book. So I've got a signed Don McLean CD somewhere.
Nice.
That's cool, though. That's cool, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got any Don McLean picks there, Tony?
I think I do have one.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
So now that I'm thinking about it, I had to have been younger than that. I had to have been 10. I had to have been 10 because the next concert is what I really consider my first real concert. So,
and what is
Which
that?
was
Van Halen.
Right on.
On the Van Halen 3 tour at Lakewood Amphitheater.
Excellent.
Nice. And so that being your first real concert, what'd you think at that point?
And I was enamored. I just stood there and watched Eddie the whole time, just dumbfounded.
Was it one of the good shows on that tour?
From what I remember, it was. I don't really think. Did he have any bad shows on the 3 tour?
No. Well,
I couldn't recall.
Not as bad as 04.
Yeah, see, I saw that tour too, and Atlanta was not a good night on that tour.
Yeah.
It started out okay, and it just kind of went quickness. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I'm still standing there.
It's still.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I saw I guess it was '08 when they played Atlanta. I saw the '08 tour with Dave, and then the 2012 tour, and stupidly did not go to the 2015 tour. So you can kick my ass for that one. But the reason I didn't go, because they played that shitty Atlanta festival called Music Midtown, which is mainly mainstream pop and rap acts.
Okay.
And then they'll have a few like bands for nostalgia, and Van Halen headlined the last night of Music Midtown. And the tickets were stupid expensive, even because you could buy one-day tickets. It's a 3-day deal. You could buy the one-day tickets, and like one day for the Sunday show was like $400. I was just like, nah,
Wow.
can't do it.
What?
So I did not see the 2015 tour, which I was like, think about it now, I should have just like bought shows at a different city.
And where was that show again, Randy?
Which one? The 2015 show?
Yeah, yeah.
It was it's outside. It's Music Midtown.
Music Midtown.
Like
An amphitheater or?
No, it's at
Probably a fairground or something.
yeah,
right?
it's a park. I think it's
park.
They do Midtown at Piedmont Park. You don't know. I think it's done in Piedmont Park, which is like I think it's the biggest, like public park in Atlanta.
Right.
Ryan may know. Ryan 812.
Yeah,
he may
Ryan
know.
in the chat knows.
Oh,
He
there
may
it
know.
is.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's Sandra.
Hey, Sandra.
Hey, Sandra.
Right on.
Good to see you,
Sandra.
ma'am.
So, no 2015 tour, and I still kick myself for that. For sure.
Yeah. Well, you had no way of knowing,
No, nobody
you're,
did.
You're like, I'll go see them next time. Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lesson learned there. If you want to go see a band, go see a band.
No, I only went once on the last, but didn't think it was the last.
Right.
No,
Knowing what I know now, shit, I'd have bought tickets and flew to LA for the Hollywood Bowl shows. But,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You and everybody
There's
else.
I
Wayno.
was about to say, I think everybody else would too. What's up, Wayno?
Wayno.
Yo, right there, bro.
See,
Very
some more
cool.
stripes.
Right on. Right on.
Mark Knopfler. Huh.
Andy, did you go to Piedmont Park for Music Midtown 2015? I know Andy usually, I think Andy sees Van Halen in Atlanta since he's in Chattanooga. All the times he sees them.
Mm-hmm.
Andy's my boy. He's not in Georgia, but I still consider him a metro neighbor.
He's still
Yeah.
all right. He's still
Right.
all right.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right.
I love it. Man.
Andy Carson says, nope, it was not.
There's a lot of other things that go on at Piedmont Park, but we're not gonna go there. So
So
you can Google it.
I'm afraid to.
Okay, so Andy saw him in Birmingham. That's where I should have bought tickets to, was Birmingham. So for 2015. But yeah, I would say the 08 show, they did 2 shows in Georgia in 08, and the second one was a makeup, because I guess it's when Ed went back to the old rehab. But I saw him at Phillips Arena, which is State Farm Arena now, I think. I don't know, they change that thing every time you turn around. But anyway, that was the off night for him in 08 as well. The PA went out during his solo, which was like stupid. Everyone in there was pissed. He was pissed. It wasn't as bad as the night he slung the monitor off the stage. Was feeding back. But he was having a bad night that night. Overall, the band sounded good, but he was having a bad night that night. I didn't care. I'm just standing there like...
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Those issues ironed out at sound check. Yeah.
He was still using a cable. He was still using the cable on that tour.
When he starts whipping that cable like that, yeah,
He's not happy. Yeah.
He stepped on it at one point. I don't remember what song he stepped on it in, and it unplugged. So he had to stop what he was doing, and he had taken that stupid ass hook rig off the back of the guitar by that point, because he was playing the Ivory Fender Wolfgang Proto, and he played it for the majority of the show, and he stepped on the cable at one point. It come unplugged, and he had to he was kind of like fumbling around and trying to get the cable plugged in. Tom, because Tom was his tech on that tour. Tom come running out and got it plugged in.
Hey, Sandra.
Bye, Sandra. Love you.
See you, Sandra.
Right.
Yeah. Then, Tom come out and got him plugged in, and it was after that they were having sound issues pretty much the rest of the night. And then, like I said, he went in. He got 316 done, and then it was nothing. And he's just standing out there like, what do I do? I mean, he looked lost. They got it right. He shredded it, so show just went an extra 20 minutes or so that night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's rock and roll, guys.
Right, shit happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was we all knew, and but we have watched Van Halen through a lot of eras, and through a lot of conditions too. So,
That is awesome.
but we still love them all. Wouldn't have traded the shows in 04 for anything.
Nope.
They opened up the whole tour here. Bam.
That's right. I saw them 4 times in 04.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The thing about the 04 tour is the general consensus was it was not good. But you go through you'll find the diamond in the rough if you go through all the videos on YouTube. A lot of those shows are here on YouTube, and there's a few good ones out there.
The Greensboro one, the opening night one, is on there, and I loved it live. I love watching it on YouTube, but I know what kind of shape those guys were in at that point. Right. I still love it. So what? That's how I look at it. Yeah.
I mean, I'd be cool with Ed farting on a cello string. So.
I know. Yeah.
And it'd probably be a great tone too.
The brown sound.
The brown sound.
That's great.
Yeah. No.
Cool, man.
You could wheel those guys out on a wheelchair, right, Charles?
That's where I'd do it. Just like that.
Yeah.
Wow. That is awesome.
All right. So Randy, were you in bands later on? As you got older after high school, you still play a lot.
Yeah, that band I was talking about where we got in a fight on the side of the road. I was 21, 22, 23 maybe in that band. And when it was over, I was like, when I finally had enough, I walked away from it, and I probably didn't pick a guitar up for 7-8 months.
Really?
I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on my day job. And
wow.
Make something out of it. Maybe make a career out of that. For those that don't know, I'm a senior master Ford technician. So I fix broke Fords all day long. But
that's very cool, actually. Very cool, bro.
Yeah, I started in the Ford dealership in 08, and I've worked at a few of them, but pays the bills. It's not what I want to do, but
I just want to let you know, Randy, that I'm pissed at Ford for calling that stupid SUV
I don't even want to talk about
a
it.
Mustang.
I don't even want to talk about it.
That's not a fucking Mustang.
I don't even want to talk about it. Bro. I hate those things.
Oh,
I hate those things.
God.
It's just wrong.
Now, Ed,
that's all I'm going to say.
Now, Ed, what if you got a Mach-E that was
Station 5?
Right on, Andy. Love you, man. Be well.
Safe.
See you. What?
Make
what
it
if,
back, Andy.
What if I got one that was what?
Now, if somebody gave you a Mach-E that was red, white, and black striped.
Oh, jeez. Come on. See,
like
now,
Ed's old Chevy SS truck.
That's a trick question. Come on, man.
I wouldn't drive it.
It's I just,
It'd be a car show display piece or something. I don't know. I wouldn't drive it. I hate those things.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, so I ended up kind of focusing on that and kind of gave up guitar for a little bit. And then the drummer of that band quit, and he had built a studio in his basement. He had spent about $40,000 remodeling his entire basement. Had a badass live room, Pro Tools set up.
Oh, wow.
I mean, awesome studio. So he started working with a lot of upcoming, local artists, trying to, get some demos or something going. They're playing shows but didn't have any CDs or anything. So he was cutting deals with them. So a lot of, Atlanta's got like this hipster singer-songwriter thing that they were doing in the late 2000s.
Okay.
And Wayno, I'll answer that in a minute. He called me up. He's like, "Hey man, would you want to come play some guitar on some of this stuff?" He's like, "We got some song structure." So essentially some session work with him. It wasn't good money, but I was playing, and it was something to do. And
you were meeting people. You were meeting people, bro.
Right. But, I play guitar on a lot of local hip-hop rap artists' tracks. So you play like a pattern and it gets sampled and repeated 15,000 times, basically in that kind of aspect. But I did that.
That's actually really, really very cool, Randy. We talked to a lot of guitar players, but I got to tell you, there's only been a handful that I've spoken to who've delved into hip hop, rap, things of that nature as a guitar player. You don't usually hear that. That fascinates me, bro.
Well, I wouldn't really I didn't like it, but I looked at it as like, well, I can add it to a resume one day.
All right.
Because at one point I was thinking about moving to Nashville and trying to get in on the nearly impossible to get into session scene up there.
Oh,
and how
many bad stories have we heard, Randy and you guys, Tony and Ed, of people who've tried it in Nashville and come back just like,
right.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've got to live in your car.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
I've got several friends that moved up there to be singers or country artists or whatever, and they were back.
Yeah. There's a lot of them there.
Yeah.
A lot of them there. Yeah, live.
You got LA guys now that they played on great LA. Dan Huff's in Nashville now. Been out there for years.
Really?
A lot of the LA guys have moved from LA to Nashville because there's no session scene in LA anymore. They're all in Nashville, or they retired. Tim Pierce, he does his thing, but
Yeah.
Well, a lot of rock guys are in Nashville now.
oh yeah, absolutely. The cool thing about Nashville is, and Tom Bukovac said it I think on Tone Talk or something a couple of years ago. Bukovac said that the beauty of Nashville is, you've got a lot of rock bands that are basing their operation out of Nashville now. So if you want to go up to Nashville and get on a road gig, whether it be a rock band, a country band, whatever, there's thousands of artists that, it's pretty easy to get on a road gig out of Nashville. I did that for about, I don't like telling my Nashville stories, but.
Well, now I want to hear all of them, just like Tony and Ed. And the Ted.
Yeah.
There's most of it I won't tell because I went up there for a certain reason, which was not a good one, and it didn't end well.
Gotcha.
So there was a female involved.
We all knew that. We had that.
Right. Nothing illegal
had to be.
happened.
Okay.
But I didn't last long up there. So.
Mm-hmm. Did you learn any lessons, bro?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Coming home with a broke heart sucks, and I don't know. There wasn't that at that time frame. You know, we're talking 2009. You know, there wasn't a huge rock scene in Nashville like there is now. You know, sure. Nashville's Nash Vegas now.
Yeah, now it
but,
is.
You know, Atlanta at the time had a decent rock scene. Now to me, it's almost non-existent. I mean, there's a few decent Atlanta rock bands that are still kind of making some noise, but not like there was, you know, between like 05 and 2010, 2011. But so I went up to Nashville, stayed for a couple months, and tried to get on some road gigs. Got on a road gig. It didn't work out. Found out some other stuff. And
Randy, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
When you say got on a road gig, what does that mean? Are you on a tour bus? Are you in a van? Is it somewhat comfortable?
That particular one was, I forget, what do you call them? They're not a van, but they're not a bus. It's like a motorhome with like 8 bunks in it. I forget what you call those things.
Well, you could call it a motor coach. You could, but
yeah, pretty much.
RV.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, sure.
They have a specific name for them. I can't remember, but I ended up on that for a up and coming local Georgia artist who is now pretty huge.
Really?
He's actually just did a tour with I guess a lot of people hate the band. The artist is Brantley Gilbert, but So
you went on tour with. Now, what was his popularity level at that time?
His first album wasn't out yet. He was still doing. He had a couple EPs that he had independently produced. Because I played some shows with him. I actually was playing with a guy that we opened for Brantley.
Man, I dig Brantley.
2008, 2007.
I fucking dig Brantley.
Yeah, that's good. That's good country.
Hell yeah.
That's good country, man.
Yeah, Brantley's from Jefferson, Georgia, which is probably 40 minutes northeast of here, 30 minutes northeast of here. So
yeah, cool.
Played a lot of shows around here back when he was really nobody, and ran into him. You know, I had a connection. I'm like, hey, I heard Brantley's in Nashville. Is he doing anything? Well, yeah, we're fixing to go do a short club run. Cool. You need a guitar player. And it was like, let me find out what we're doing. So they called me back, and Brantley's like, Brantley kind of knew me. We weren't like buddy or anything, but he was like, yeah, tell him to come on. So I come on, played a few songs, and he's like, yeah, that'll work. I mean, it was really short. It was a couple months, and that was it.
Wow, dude.
And then I came home.
To play some cool songs.
That's freaking
country
brilliant.
Must be country ride. I'm sure you played that every night. You don't know her like I do.
Yeah.
Right on, man. God.
The early version of Dirt Road before Jason Aldean did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Brantley first.
Right.
Kick It in the Sticks. That one had been around in a while.
Very cool. Wow, that is so cool, man.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, he rocks. He definitely rocks. I dig some Brantley Gilbert. Hell yeah.
He's a cool guy. He went through a period there where he had a little bit of an ego, but I think he's got past that now. So.
Yeah.
I think he I don't want to dog the guy because everybody has. I think he had a little bit of a alcohol issue there for a little bit and got it sorted out. I think he got hurt. He hurt his back or something, but he's straight. He's a good dude. Brantley's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
Real good dude.
That's very cool, man.
But yeah, after that, and then after the band I was in kind of fell apart, I just kind of didn't do anything with music. Didn't play guitar for, like I said, 7 or 8 months. And slowly kind of worked my way back into it. And, you know, I've got a couple friends with cover bands. I'll go play some shows with them here and there and step in and whatnot. So now I just spend too much money on guitars.
Oh, you've got the disease.
Oh,
that's
bad.
awesome. Look, it's a lifestyle.
Bad.
Just embrace it, bro.
Bad.
That's
How many
really
do you
the best
have?
way.
I don't know, somewhere currently around the 20 area. I have one on order. I have one that's being finished built. This should be done the end of this week or early next week. I've got a pre-order, which was recently announced last week, so we should know what that pre-order is.
So you've got a lot of coals in the fire there with the guitars.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I'll buy one, and if I'm not vibing with it for, you know, after about a month or two, if I'm not vibing with it, it's gone. It's out of here.
So you have no problem with sending back a guitar?
Or I sell it, or trade it for
Got
something
you, bro.
else.
Got
Sounds
you.
like somebody we know.
Yeah.
I've always sent, you know, the only guitar I've actually ever sent back, well, really sent back in like the last 10 years, I sent it back because it had problems. Was I bought one of the Stealth Black EVH Stars when they first released.
Okay.
And it needed work that I didn't feel like I needed to put into a new guitar. You know, the neck needed shimmed.
Say what?
The neck needed to be shimmed.
That's unacceptable.
You know, the trim's flat on the body, but the action was like a mile off the fretboard. So I restrung it, set it up.
So you needed to put more back to the neck. You need that neck to come back, hence the shim. You shouldn't have had to do that. That should have been worked out effectively before you bought it.
And then I noticed it had a slight crack on the high E trim post in the body. So I was like, nope, it's going back. So it went back, and I went with the Relic Series Frankie, which I obviously have modified.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so slowly start from one end and tell us what you've done to it, and just go slow.
So as you know, these don't have they have the cut Frankie pickguard.
Yeah.
So that's a black Charvel pickguard that I had WD Music down in Florida do. And then they wouldn't cut the angle for the humbucker. So I just said, just cut it hum single, and I'll just take the Dremel. I'll take it to work and take the Dremel and hog it out. I mean, who cares, you know?
Sure.
And it is, you can kind of, I don't know if you can see, you can see it is not perfect by any means. You know, I cut that way too big. That's a thing of
beauty right there, my man.
Right,
that is
whatever.
Thing of beauty.
And then, I put some FU tone titanium screws and locking blocks in it. And the neck pickup is wired up. And I ditched the EVH Wolfgang pickup. That's a Pariah Pasadena 86.
Excellent.
So it's wired up to a push-pull pot.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
So the pot in the up position is the neck pickup and the slug coil of the humbucker at the same time.
Oh, I bet that's really cool, bro.
And then down is just the humbucker.
Just the humbucker. Would you flip it backwards so we can see the back, the claw, the springs, and everything?
I've got a titanium trim stopper on there.
Oh, look at this. Oh, that's beautiful.
I got to represent.
You said that's a titanium trim stop?
Yes.
Excellent.
That's the titanium one. And I got to represent my boy Sean at Pariah.
Very cool. Very cool.
That's really it.
That's beautiful relicing. I like it. That's a nice guitar, my man.
So,
how about the nut? Anything going on up at the other end?
Stock R3.
Okay, that works.
It's not the 1000 series nut. I did swap it. It's a German OFR R3 nut.
Okay.
I like how dark the neck is.
Yeah, they use, a lot of people think these necks are roasted, and they're not.
Yeah.
They use aged oil and shoe polish at the factory to darken the necks and create the fake grime and stuff.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
You know, when the red, black, and white ones first came out, a couple years ago, I had one of those. I don't have it anymore. But
do you wish you still had it?
Well, you know, I got it, and it was one of those I should have sent it back. It was so bad out of the box.
Oh no!
Okay.
It was terrible. Like the ground wire going to the trim claw was broken. It wasn't hooked up. Wasn't soldered in. There was so much shoe. The neck was so dark. There was so much shoe polish that the back of the neck up here was sticky.
Oh.
And it had some really bad setup issues. Just it shouldn't have left the factory like it did.
Nope, it should not.
So at the time, I mean, I'd already waited like 8 months to get that thing. You know, I ordered it like the week before Ed passed, and I got it in April of 2021.
Wow.
So you were one of the guys who literally ordered a guitar just before Edward passes and were waiting for the guitar. You were one of those guys. Wow, I remember that. I remember that. I just like all of those.
Right. So mine come out of what they call, like Caleb's is out of the first batch. And because they were doing them in batches. Mine was out of the second batch. And instead of sending it back, I sent it to our good buddy Craig Stoffco.
Yep.
And at CHS Customs, which if y'all need new work, you know, he's the man.
Right.
But he did, you know, he sanded the neck and scraped all, you know, that shoe polish off. Did all the relicking, drilled the holes. I mean, it's badass when he got done with it. And
he made it right. There you go.
Yeah.
He made it right. He made it right. He made it more like the original, you know. We did the same thing where we wired the neck pickup to a push-push pot, which this is a push-pull. I should have went push-push on it. But it looked awesome, and it played good. But I had
Randy, I didn't mean to cut you out. Is the reason you wanted push-push is because when you pull up on it, it gets in your way a little more and you want to keep it down low?
No, the pull with these skirted strap knobs, the pull is too hard, so you'll have to pull the knob.
I get it.
You'll have to pull the knob off.
Thank you. Thank you. So I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
You're good. But as cool as that guitar was, it still had a bad taste in my mouth with it. So I ended up selling it. That, and I have this thing about striped guitars. I have one. And I got a thing with striped guitars. It's like when you see them, like the 5150, and it's like, dude, I got to have one. Then I get one, and I don't ever play it because I feel wrong playing non-Van Halen songs on it. And if you go, you know, I'm not...
Like you're cheating.
Yeah.
Right. You know, I've never been one of those people that's like, I've got to learn all of Ed's stuff note for note. I've got to learn, you know, Metallica songs note for note. You know, I can. But the only time I've ever really focused on learning stuff as close as possible is, you know, if I'm playing, you know, some kind of a gig that requires it. I've always kind of been more on putting my own thing into it, which a lot of people don't like and others appreciate. So I just kind of feel weird playing the stripes on stage, you know, so I generally don't keep striped guitars. Like I said, I have one. And it's a custom job.
You've actually been on stage with a striped guitar and some guy has yelled to you, "Hey, play Eruption!"
Maybe.
Had to.
I think it's more of a probably. We used to do, we're in Georgia, man. We used to get Freebird. Play Freebird!
Yeah,
Freebird!
Freebird!
There's your bird, free of charge.
I love it.
But
Randy, which one is your baby? What guitar is your go-to? Your number one. Your number one.
Brought it.
So
I don't have all my guitars here.
No, I wouldn't think so.
My favorite guitar is I have and it's very Van Halen, but not. It is a 2010 Charvel Wildcard number 3. So from 2008 to 2010, Charvel did what they call the U.S. production runs. And every quarter, they released a batch of 3 or 4 guitars in different finishes. And then in the batches they did for the U.S. models, they did 3 wild cards, which were like nothing like any of the other ones. So the Wild Card 3 is a flat black, 1 humbucker, top mount Floyd, 1-piece, quarter saw maple neck. I mean, it's bare bones, as Ed
Simple
as you
as
can
that?
get. Yep. And that guitar is that's just my best playing. It's my best sounding, and I've got most of my guitars sound good. I don't really have any that's like eh. You know, I don't keep guitars that sound like crap. You know, but that guitar, there's a mojo to it. It's got a mojo.
It just works with your playing and your the way you play. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm not generally one like I don't know. You probably can't see it, but the action on this guitar, you know, it's
That's
low.
not incredibly low though. It's not incredibly low.
No,
Right.
and if you see the low side, it's even higher on the low E side. You know.
Yeah.
I generally don't play with like a super slammed action, but that guitar, the action is slammed on it, and it doesn't buzz, and it's still got a bunch of sustain, and it sounds killer. And that's my go-to if I want to try a new pickup. That's that guitar because it's stupid easy to swap pickups in. You only got one knob. So
isn't that funny that your favorite and your go-to guitar is the simplest?
Yeah.
It's not tricked out. No bells and whistles really. Just
no. I put some. I always swap all these locking blocks out in the bridge for the titanium ones not because I don't really hear the difference that some people say with the titanium blocks. I swap them because I tighten the absolute crap out of them.
And you're tired of stripping them out either.
Yep.
You're stripping one or the other out.
I will crack the saddle before that block cracks.
Oh Jesus!
I tighten the nut clamps super tight.
You had to know if you could go that far. Have you learned your lesson yet?
Oh yeah,
you did.
Yeah, I did what at the suggestion of Tom Weber. I've got one the T handle 3 millimeter.
Gotcha.
So I tighten it and when it starts to flex is when I know it's good. So
excellent.
But yeah, I've broke nut clamps, I've broke blocks, I've cracked saddles.
Nice.
They're just whatever. They're cheap. They're parts. No big deal.
Cool.
So you do like Eddie. You go all the way to the edge and then back it up just a little bit.
Yep. If it breaks, I went too far. We're good.
Right.
There you go, man.
How's that thing sound though?
It's okay. So I get flack for this, but I don't like the Wolfgang pickups. It's my opinion. So that's why I put the Pry in it. The Pry 86 is awesome. So I mean, it's fat, it's heavy. I mean, it sings on leads. It obviously does the harmonic thing. Awesome, it does all that stuff. It screams. You want to chug, you want to play some metal, and it does the chugs. But if you want to play some Van Halen stuff, it's clean enough where you play a big bar chord, you can hear every note. So
that sounds excellent. Does it clean up at all?
I don't know if you'll get it on this little Yamaha. It's got a little grit to it, but you pull the knob.
Excellent. You want it too clean?
That almost sound like that sounded like Close My Eyes Forever for a second there.
Yeah, but you pull the pull knob and you get the neck pickup, the single coil in there, so it cleans up. Or if you want to do some, bluesier.
So Randy, when you got that guitar, that's kind of new. You purposely modded that. You knew what you were gonna do.
Oh yeah. I saw that said modding platform for sure.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, as soon as I saw those, I'm buying one of those. I'm gonna put a full pick guard on it. I'm gonna hook the neck pickup up, and yeah, I knew exactly what was gonna happen with that.
Excellent.
Nice.
So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Ryan got one too.
Yeah, Ryan's got the same one.
I like them. I like the black one.
Yeah, I think Marty 5150 got the white one, and he put that the faux tortoiseshell pick guard on it. I'd have put a white pick guard on it, but it's just me.
Right. Right.
That
Guys,
was so great,
I tell
man.
you what, let's do.
Drill.
Let's take a little. Let's change the view back to there. How's that? Look okay?
I like that.
We'll take a little halftime break. Go grab a couple donuts from the pantry, Charles.
I like your style, man.
Glass of milk. Yeah, you got time. You do. We're going to pull during this little halftime break. We're going to pull you some nearly impossible Van Halen trivia.
Good luck.
Difficult for you tonight.
Good luck.
You got to pull them all out. I put a link in. That's not a link, but I put the website in the chat a while ago. I got another bag over there that's full, but I just got my kernels in.
Hell yeah.
Oh, he's going down the dark hole, you guys.
Colonel's gourmet popcorn. You saw me eating this stuff. I told myself, Charles, I'm not going to eat this live. So
But-
you haven't seen me do that, have you?
Oh,
Look.
I saw some
Yeah.
movement. I think.
The biggest Colonel show where I was just like, my God, this is, this, because it's really good. When we say it's good, you guys, it is fantastic.
It is
It
good.
is
But I
insanely
remember
good.
Jay Hannon with like a 10-pound bag of, I think it was malted milk balls. I believe it was. If I got that wrong, I'm sorry. But he literally ate like 35 of these things during the show, and he's sitting there, and I'm watching him get a little slower as he's throwing them in his mouth, and I'm just laughing the whole time.
Chocolate
the Colonel's.
cashews.
That's the
Ooh.
yes. That's the Colonel's,
Well,
man.
I'll tell you, Charles, the first time that I ever had kernels, you sent me a couple of big things. I think in a tin it had all kind of things in it.
Yeah.
And,
Wasn't it
and
Christmas?
I think it was. And I was nursing my first hip then. And man, I knew it was good and I knew it was going to be good, but I didn't realize just how good. And man, I turned into a popcorn junkie for a week. And
You can make a gift pack to send to anybody in the United States. I don't think they will. Recently, they haven't. I don't think they do international shipping yet.
they call this the Colonel's mix.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the cheese and the caramel.
Yeah.
And
Chicago
it is
mix.
irresistible.
Like
They
crack.
call that the Colonel's mix, I think. But yeah. Oh man, yeah. Oh God.
You're gonna be picking your teeth forever.
Yeah. You should get it. It
It's worth
comes
it.
in a great big giant thing that when you open it, you have to put it in littler bags. But I put it in 2 big giant Ziploc bags. What I should have done was put it in little bitty bags and hide the rest, because once you start,
Yeah.
you can't stop.
It's over.
Can't
It's
stop.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ruin your appetite. Come on, man.
Dude, those chocolate covered cashews are like crack.
I know that.
They are incredibly
They're
good.
ridiculous.
I bet.
That's a whole nother story.
If there's somebody that you like care about and you want to send them a gift, make them a little care package from Colonel's. You cannot go wrong. You will not go wrong. Just
I don't know
they
if
also have. If
I'm
they
gonna
have
have to put this back
medication,
over here. Yeah.
They also
gotta get it out of sight.
So they also have some choices for people who, can't have quite all that sugar and things like
right.
that.
They've got some sugar-free stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Under the Bus guys who are in the chat, nice to see you guys. They were last
Always.
week on their show. They were talking about kernels, and it just I had it up to here, Charles. Couldn't take it anymore.
Yep.
Had to order.
That's it, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, right on. OU812 Ryan and his crew out there too. Ryan, good to see you, sir.
You guys rock. Oh, hey guys, just a quick little note. This little view you guys are seeing right here, this is the last show you'll ever see it. Everything I'm doing here is changing as of tomorrow evening. So
Charles getting his shredder set up done.
It's an end of an age, guys. This is all gone. We're going to be going that way.
He'll say this again next week.
Oh, no, I won't. No, I'm saying it right now, and you can take it to the bank.
You moving those posters?
Everything, because that computer right there will be my primary. That's the computer that Mitch Heyman told me I had to buy in order to stream and do what I needed to do with guitar on YouTube. And he was absolutely right. And I'm going to give him a shout out. Mitch Heyman is a godsend to this community. He rocks. He's my official tech support. And I love him. So anyway.
So everybody will be typing in the chat next week. What about the new view, Charles?
No, guys, it's over. Enjoy this.
So that wall over there is going to be your back wall.
Yeah. This whole thing's shifting that direction. It's completely going to be different.
Man, this may make you look 15 years younger, Charles. This may make you look 15 years older too. I'm not going for that. I'll tell you who's got it, guys. Tony, I love all your guys' backdrops are awesome and everybody. But look at Ed's backdrop, you guys. The pictures are like perfect and there's spacing between each one and it's just beautiful and it looks kind of like a museum. And I'm a little envious.
Thanks, man.
Really sharp. It looks really sharp.
This is our guest room.
Styling and profiling, brother.
What's on the Jumbotron tonight, Ed?
I took that screen down for now. What I'll probably do is put up one of those roll-up, you know, the kind that they have in the classrooms. You look at the shade that you pull down, and you flip it up, and it goes, probably one of those. But yeah, I took that sheet, that digital screen sheet down for now.
Excellent.
Right.
So excellent, man. Hey, Mitch Heyman's in the chat.
Hey, Mitch. Good to see you, Mitch.
Right there, bro.
So we're going to cruise.
Oh, go ahead.
What, Charles?
I was going to say Kurt 5150 made the comment that his wife keeps moving him closer to the door, and the next move is for him to be outside and out of the house. I feel your pain, brother. It's all good.
Shit, I've seen a picture of Kurt's wife. I'd be moving stuff for her too.
Excellent.
Right.
Excellent.
When we come out of trivia, we're going to talk more with Randy, but we're going to talk about this new news, this new tour coming up next year. Yeah, very excited.
It's going to be a big deal. It is going to be a big deal.
Yeah. All right, kids, I trust you're all back from the fridge now. We're going to go into Nearly Impossible Van Halen trivia. If you are the winner, there's a trivia winner's email down below. Email me your name and address. We'll send a 1971 decoder and $1 million Van Halen bucks and some guitar picks and a nice note. And I don't know, it's something else maybe. I'm sure. I put all kinds of stuff in those things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But we'll sweeten it up for you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for playing. This is Halenville Live. We talk Van Halen here every single Tuesday. Thanks for loving Van Halen as much as you do. And I know you do. Know that you do. Exactly right. Yeah. So the first correct answer in the chat that we see, this is a question that you must read the entire question and answer accordingly. Okay. It is a 3-part question. Okay, so make sure that all the parts are included in your answer. Good luck. The first one we see correct, and these 3 parts must be in order. There is an order also. So, all right. So good luck. Nearly Impossible Van Halen trivia is coming up. It is coming at you right now. Good luck. First correct. Eddie Van Halen used 3 guitar pick companies throughout his career. Name all 3 companies in order from first to last. You can do that. Doom, doom, doom. Boom, boom, boom. And here they come.
3 guitar picks.
Yeah. All right.
Good guess. It's a good guess, Kurt. Good guess, 6 string.
In order.
Thank you so much. You guys rock.
I got to look up the order again. I forget.
Oh.
I'm sure Tony remembers.
Okay. In order. I'm seeing a lot of cool answers. A lot of good answers too. And I'm not going to say any more. But I am looking.
I have the chat on my phone. I don't have it on the screen, so.
They're all good answers.
Yeah, they are. I like it. I like it. I
might even have some.
I like it.
Chris of the
Chevy
Riff.
and Dodge.
Excellent. Welcome. Welcome to Halenville.
Yeah, man. Keep those good answers coming.
Damn right, Kurt. That's the right order, too. Ford's first.
Why is the I lowercase? Which I?
I've seen some close ones, but we're getting there.
All right. Yes, we are.
Ryan DeWeese. Welcome to Halenville, bro.
Yep. Good to see you, Ryan. Welcome,
That's my boy. Ryan's another one. He's a young guy. Young guy likes a lot of the good old classic music.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right. So I'm going to give him one hint. I'm going to just give him one hint. And I'll explain after the fact. But I'll give him a hint. Don't give him. No, don't give him. Don't.
You give him the hint, Tony. Go ahead.
I see what you're saying. Don't. I'm going to give him a hint that the popular answers that are in the chat, and they're great answers, but the popular one, you guys, the first one, out of here. Get it out of here. And bring them.
Good guess, Patty.
A lot of close ones.
There's some good answers, Charles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good one, Mikey. Right on, man.
A lot of close ones.
I'll say this. I'll give him one more hint, Ed. I have yet to see all three together, much less the order, but all three together. But some great answers. I've seen all the required answers. I've seen them all. They're all out there. You just got to put all three together in the right order. But all the answers are on the board. By a few of you have bits and pieces of.
Go back in the chat, Tony.
Where am
Yeah,
I going?
Go back up. It's there.
I thought it was,
It's there.
Okay.
but you told me to shut up.
But I don't think that's the one. All right. Let me. How far up, Randy?
I'm gonna put it in the private chat.
Yeah.
Oh, Randy
just-
already
I
did.
just put it in there.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Okay. Let me see. Let's find it. So apparently there is a correct answer somewhere.
He just put it again.
Okay. Where is he at?
He just fucking misspelled it this time.
Yeah, I'm back up
That's
there.
all
I'm
right.
looking at it.
There it is. There it is.
Yay!
Get it.
Excellent.
Right on. D'Andrea, D'Addario, and Dunlop. Right on, Ryan. You
Right
got,
on, Ryan. You rock, dude.
you got another quarter coming to you, bro. Thanks for
I
playing.
thought he had it, and you're like, "Dut, dut, dut, dut."
Yeah. All right.
But I wasn't
Nice.
sure.
D's are wild. D'Andrea, D'Addario, and Dunlop.
Yeah, he put them in there and put like triple D's
Yeah.
afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He typed it.
They were flying in here, dude. They were all
Yeah.
flying in here.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yes.
go, Ryan.
Dunlop makes
Ryan, you're killing it, bro. Excellent.
Those
Dunlop
old.
makes that EVH pick. I like the Max grip on mine. I found the metal picks that he likes. I can't hang on to them. I can't hold them. I always drop them.
Keith Campbell says it's pronounced D'Addario. It's actually D'Addario. D'Andrea is D'Andrea, but you want to get technical about it.
Right.
Tomato,
Who
tomato.
cares? Look, man, we're from the South down here.
We misspell things and act like it's
Right.
just supposed to be that way.
We make up our own words, all right?
Right.
Exactly.
I'm fucking outnumbered.
Like the word that it's just one word. It sounds like it's a bunch of words, but it's just one word down here. Let me explain.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I wish I had never heard that, but I have.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's right. Lizard lick towing right up the.
That's right. That's right.
Right up
Yeah, those old tortoiseshell celluloid early EVH picks. I know he always said Fender mediums, but yeah, they're D'Andreas.
Yeah.
D'Andrea. Whichever.
Well, now to the Fender answers on the board, we all have seen pictures from the first Van Halen tour and the second Van Halen tour where all of a sudden on Eddie's guitar and on his mic stand, there's Fender medium
right.
and the tortoise. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Because they ran
They're readily
out.
available.
and they sent somebody to the local music store probably because they were out of picks, hadn't come in yet or whatever, and you see Fender picks. It's not every night, but until they come in for a show or two, I guess.
Yeah, you could back then you could walk in any guitar store and grab Fender mediums in different celluloid patterns, so they're readily available.
Yeah, but when you see Ed using a Fender medium, and all of us have during the first couple of tours, that's
Yeah.
in between they needed something.
Right. And Ryan pointed out, like you've talked about it on this show before, the difference between the VH1 and VH2 tour picks, or how the logo was on one line, and then VH2 Van Halen was two lines.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I think we had that as a trivia question one time.
Yep.
Yeah. But like any other guitar player and band, those things they rolled over into, Ed people caught those same guitar picks in 1980. Even though they had made more, there's still some left. Like Wolf used, you can see shots of Wolf on the final tour, and stuck on his guitar or picks from 07, from 12, all of them.
Yeah, and the balance tour picks, you can see where the fuck logo, it was in the swoop of his signature, and you can see on the balance tour that he recycled those yellow picks, and they just scratched the gold foil for that logo out of the swoop of his signature. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
speaking of picks, somebody asked me, I think on Ryan's show last time I was there, what kind of pick I was using. I use these Dunlop Ultec Sharps.
Yeah.
.90. That's what I use.
Okay.
So.
On everything?
Oh yeah. That's my jam. Sometimes I use the .73s, but it's normally the .90s.
Yeah. Nice.
Excellent.
Right on.
Excellent, dude.
Write that down, kids.
I already did.
God damn.
I already
Or it might be a soundbite, Charles. Never know. Never know around here.
That'd be a Saturday know the show question.
You darn right it will.
What kind of picks did Randy say he used?
Yeah. What kind of picks? What was the gauge?
But it'll be
Ultec Sharp .90.
8 months away.
Yeah, 133.02. Mark it.
I don't have custom picks. I've always thought about getting custom picks, but I don't have custom picks because Dunlop charges out the ass to do these in a custom pick.
Oh.
You got to get like 800 of them, and it's right over $400.
Wow.
So, I just don't want to, I spend the money on custom picks I'm not going to use. So
yeah,
Have you ever
it'd be cool to send them to everybody, but I'm not going to use them.
Have you ever tried a metal, like a brass pick or anything like that?
Yeah, I've got one of Phil Collin, one of his when he was using the steel picks. He's using brass now. But I've got one of his steel picks. I've tried using it. That's a whole different beast. That's a string breaker.
You can, yeah, you certainly can.
That is a string breaker. I play nines, and I don't have the lightest touch in the world. I play pretty aggressive.
Yeah,
I pick attack. So
yeah.
I would say for just the guitar pick, people like the Swiss picks and he like this. But if you're not talking about logo stuff or any images on them, but just how it feels and how it feels to play versus other kinds, gauges, style shapes, I think you can't go wrong. The Dunlop makes a max grip in a jazz pick, Charles, and it's a jazz pick shape and a couple different gauges there, but it's got the max grip stuff on both sides, and it's in the jazz shape. And I think they look like a sharp point. I know you like them sharp, but as far as holding on to your point, yeah, I can't hold on to shit anymore. I can't hold on. Yeah.
Brandy, hold that pick you held up again, please, and just hold it up to your camera so we can see the profile. Okay, interesting. So here's the metal pick I use. They are incredibly similar in shape. If you want to get real picky about it. Sharp attack, fine point, incredibly similar. That's funny. That makes me laugh. I think that's cool.
I played those jazz picks for years, and they come out with the Flow, Dunlop Flow. I started using the Tortex Flow, the yellow ones, the .73s, and then progressed my way back up to a full-size pick. And then, so I was using the Dunlop makes them in Tortex, the T3. And I ordered some on Amazon, and they sent me a bag of these instead. And
oh, wow.
I've been hooked on them. They do great pick slides.
Yes.
Ultex material does awesome pick slides.
Yeah.
Because generally, the thicker the pick, the pick slides they're not real pronounced. They don't have that just nasty, scrape. The thicker the pick is. But even these, at almost a millimeter, this Ultex material it digs in.
It's a real hard composition, and that pick comes to a sharp edge.
Right.
So.
Yeah, after playing with the jazz picks for so long, I can't play with a regular rounded end pick.
Yeah, can't either. Got to have a point for the fast attack. Period.
All right, so guys, let's bust out this news. So apparently yesterday, let's see what that says. All right. Apparently yesterday we got the big hefty news. And where is it? All right, have a look at this. So, Sammy Hagar 2024, the best of all worlds. Sammy Hagar, Michael Anthony, Joe Satriani, and Jason Bonham, rather. The best of all worlds tour. So they're going to be doing songs from all of his eras. From Montrose, from Van Halen, from his solo stuff, this Circle, goodness. And apparently on this run, Loverboy is going to be out there with him, Charles.
That'll be a good show. Loverboy is great live.
Yeah.
They're going to do a lot of different. They're going to do Chicken Foot, obviously. They're going to do. I think Sammy said they were going to do 5 to 7 Van Halen songs from both eras. Is that correct?
There's
5 songs right there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Can't read
Dave era. We got Panama. And Ain't Talking About Love.
Finish What You Started.
Running with the Devil.
Love Is Driving Me Crazy. Masakila.
Now, so
they've got and more at the bottom, so we'll see what they pull.
Well, and so it's interesting because the concert is sort of so. He was on. I saw a YouTube short with him, and they were up there, and it was this lineup right here. They were on a stage, and Sammy was talking, and he was talking about the lineup of the songs. There's a couple of songs from the Roth era that Sammy sang. He pulled off a couple of them, but they were talking about having other people come in. There were open invitation for others to come in and maybe handle some of the guitar, even though Joe Satriani could do it all. He made it sound like it was a warm welcome invitation for others to participate, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I find that nice. I think that's cool. Initially, when I heard of this, a lot went through my mind, just like everybody else. We're thinking, what is this? Is this really going to be is this really for Eddie? Um, Michael and Sammy have earned the right to celebrate Edward's life in whatever way they want to. And I think they're gonna do Eddie honor. Just to say that out. I think they're gonna really do Eddie some honor.
They already do.
And I'm just saying they're gonna continue that. And I'm anxious to hear what they're going to play and how this whole thing goes down.
Well, they put these songs on this card. So.
And they put that and more.
Right.
I'd love to know what the and more is, because that was just like wide open.
Well, here's the more, as far
Good
as I
enough.
can tell,
Ain't talking
is
about
the
you.
dates.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got it running from West Palm Beach. Oh, and they stop in Charlotte.
Oh, would that be near a weekend, Tony? Just by any chance, like maybe
Friday night.
Friday night?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be nice. Friday.
Tis. Yeah.
Ed, Randy, it's Friday night, guys.
Yes.
That means me and Tony are going to be at a Charlotte show.
It's about a 4-hour ride from here. 4.5 hours.
But it's worth it, totally, brother.
Well, the Atlanta show's on a Tuesday.
We are definitely. We're going.
I'm going. I don't care what night it is. I'm going.
We're going to this one in
very
Charlotte.
Fortunate.
Yeah,
we're very fortunate because Tony's got to do a nice travel, so he doesn't want to have to work in the morning. That couldn't work out any better.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yes, but yes, we will definitely be seeing you in Charlotte next summer at the amphitheater. And
there's a high propensity for us to meet up with several of you guys out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely looking forward to it.
Somebody's
that'd be cool. Looking forward to it.
Somebody's copying logos.
That's what vacation time's for, man. Go to the Atlanta show on Tuesday, drive to
there you
Charlotte
go.
on Friday after Friday morning.
Yeah, well, it just makes you think where all those guys are right now. What's Vic doing right now, and how'd he hook back up with Joe like this, and it's things I think about.
Hey, Monique. Yes, they're coming to the Boston area, Mansfield, on July 26th.
Nice.
With Jason Bonham. That's extra special too.
You can't go wrong.
Extra special.
Yeah, it's not quite the circle, quite chicken foot. Somewhere in between.
It's a combination of everything.
Gonna be killer though. Yeah. And I'm gonna go. They just played in Greenville. Sammy and the Circle played in Greenville, South Carolina. Jay Turner, he drove down there for that. What's up, Jay?
Right on, Jay.
Yeah. So
right on.
So before we went live, Randy gave us a really cool picture in the green room, and I want to show this, but I want you to narrate this too, because that's a lot of people in here that need to be mentioned. But let me show you this. Ain't that cool?
2012.
Right.
That's outstanding.
And where is all this at, Randy?
So this was on Mark Tremonti's first solo tour. That's at Vinyl, which is part of Center Stage in Atlanta. I've known Mark's, well, I've got a history with the Creed guys. My cousin Ann was one of the bands. She was a promoter for Wind Up Records, and she was assigned to Creed back in the day. So I've kind of been around those guys since I was a kid.
Wow.
But
that is
I know Mark's manager, Tim Turner, pretty well. So they were doing, that's one thing cool about what Mark was doing on his, I think he still does it on his solo tours. If you buy any kind of merch, you get a free meet and greet. Wow. After the show. So after the show, everybody goes to the merch table, and they come out afterwards and they sign stuff. They don't usually do pictures just because they're trying to, if you got 500 people buying a T-shirt or a CD or something, that's a long-ass meet and greet line.
Sure it is.
So this, like I said, this was his first solo tour. I mean, Vinyl holds like 200-300 people tops, and it's not a big place. And Tim was in the his manager Tim was in the opening band, Man the Mighty. He's an awesome guitar player. Mm-hmm. But security was kind of lax at this show. So while they were trying to organize all this stuff, there were people like poking around the curtain at the side of the stage. Some straps might have gotten stolen. And so I told Tim's like freaking out, and I'm like, look, dude, I'll stand over here and just kind of like, hold the ranks where no one can get through here. And I said, just, take care of me at the end of the night. So he's like, yeah, dude, no problem. So I kind of stood guard with while they were loading equipment and stuff, and didn't let anybody back to because that area is open. And they got done with their meet and greet and all that stuff, and we ended up going and hanging out backstage for about an hour or so, ate some pizzas, and that was my photo for the night.
Nice, dude.
So obviously there on one end is Wolfgang, and so he would have been about 21 here. And then next to Wolfgang is Eric Friedman, who played guitar in a band called Submersed. Plays rhythm guitar in Tremonti's solo band. He's actually the touring rhythm guitarist for Creed. He just got off a run with Chris Daughtry, his acoustic tour he was doing.
Wow.
He's played with a few other people. He's another young guy, great guitar player. And then me, and then Mark Tremonti, of course. And then Garrett Whitlock, who was Tremonti's drummer and is now Wolfgang's drummer.
Excellent.
So if anybody wonders where he met Garrett Whitlock, this is where.
Very cool.
Wow.
Wow, that is excellent, bro.
That was before I could grow a mustache.
Nice picture, bro.
That is just so cool, bro. Man.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, it was.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Outstanding, man.
All righty.
If everybody ever has a chance to meet Mark Tremonti, do it. That is one of the nicest dudes on the planet.
So let me ask you this. We were in the middle of something else before. You toured with Brantley Gilbert, and I got this laying on the desk here. You recognize this?
It's like a BG pick.
Is it yours?
No. Nope. That's probably Noah's. Noah is his current lead guitar player and has been playing with him for years.
Who plays the slide parts on his stuff?
Depends. I haven't really kept up with a lot of his band members. I know Noah used to be in a band, a Christian metal band, hard rock band called Pillar. And I know Noah He may not. I don't know if Brantley uses his band in the studio or if he uses session guys. But I know Noah handles the majority of any kind of lead parts live.
Well, let me ask you this, Randy, right here on the spot, and this just kind of dawned on me. You know, I see these, and I got more. We're going to do here in another week or two. We're actually going to do. I had to do real soon a Brantley Gilbert show me your pick. Would you join us, dude?
Sure.
You tour, you played with the dude, man. Thank you, bro. Right on.
Most cool guys.
Yeah. We'll crank
Excellent.
Brantley Gilbert up. How about a week from Saturday? That suit you?
That should be okay.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Brantley Gilbert on Show Me Your Pick in a week and a half. But this week, we're talking about Pink.
Her guitar player is badass, dude. Justin Derrico. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Our Brendan B. Squared and his lovely bride went and saw Pink at Madison Square Garden last week, and we'll be getting the full rundown on that come Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, Justin, her guitar player, is a graduate of the Atlanta Institute of Music, so.
Oh, nice.
He was based out of Atlanta here for a little while. But he pretty much graduated out of there and pretty much got the gig with her right off the rip.
Yeah.
He's been with her ever since. But yeah, that dude smokes. A lot of people don't realize that these guys, these hired guns that go out with these pop stars are amazing players. And it's kind of like, well, they wouldn't have gotten the gig if they weren't.
Right.
So.
Yeah. That is right. But so on this right here, Charles, we need to get VIPs for this, dude.
Yeah, this is extra special.
Yeah.
And it's right here, and it's a Friday night.
That's right, dude. That's right. Yeah, and I'm sure it's going to end up to where it's not just me and you.
Oh, be more than that.
Yeah, and hell, it might.
We'll probably see Terry Price and his wife.
Yeah, hopefully.
But
it might be more than that if we decide we're going live. You know, something like that. Never know. Yeah. Something like this. Oh, yeah, probably.
That means definitely. Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
Let me see where we are on time. Yeah, so as we told you, we talk guitar picks and rock memorabilia on Saturday, and we misbehave, a little bit sometimes on Saturday. We just eat some popcorn here on Tuesday, but you'll have to tune in Saturday, and we wear the ripped jeans on Saturday, Charles. We wear the nice suit here on Tuesdays.
Or no pants at all. You never know.
It's up to the viewer's imagination.
That's right.
Wearing pants.
That's how it works. Tony loves Saturday nights, you guys. That's his thing, man. For some reason, it's just
lets his hair down.
Special. Show me your pick. He really does love that too.
That was my first win. Was a Motorhead pick.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
that's where that went to.
Yep, it's a blue. I think it's blue. Blue Lemmy pick.
Yeah, right on. Cool. Very nice. Dudes, I must say, Randy, this has been really, really cool hanging out with you tonight. We feel like we already knew you though, dude. This has been extra special. You know, you're great in the community. Thank you for your support here in these shows that we do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But dude, this has been so cool. Everybody, let's all give it up, Randy Price.
Woo! Right there, baby.
Thank you.
Right on.
Right on.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Randy,
Randy, I wasn't going to bring this up. In fact, I even promised you in the green room that I wasn't. But I have
Here
seen
we go.
at least 5 people in the chat made a comment.
They said it.
They said it first. How much do you resemble Wolfgang Van Halen? It is ironic. You even sound like him a little bit. There's moments when you speak and I'm like, man.
Wolfgang with a twang.
Cool. It is so cool. It is really cool because Wolf's awesome. That's a huge compliment, brother. And so I just had to point it out because people in the chat were saying it. It's awesome, brother.
You know, and a lot of people talk a lot of crap about Wolfgang. You know, he's entitled, he's this, he's that, he's a sport. Dude, Wolfgang is one of the coolest people you can hang around with.
There you go.
So, yeah, all the haters on Wolfgang, take a hike. Get out of here.
It ain't easy being the son of the king of guitar.
Exactly. I mean,
Jeez.
you know, they give him crap because he's Eddie's kid. Well, you know what? If he wasn't known as Eddie's kid, he'd be Valerie's kid.
That's right.
I mean,
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
but as he ages, he's learning to turn cheek on that. He is out there marching around the country with Nita Strauss as we speak, doing his thing.
Metallica. He's on the Metallica tours, which I guess Detroit was the last of the 2023 Metallica show.
Yeah.
So he's been out with them.
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. Yep, you can go catch Mammoth at a venue near you. There they are, lined up.
Definitely cut his teeth. You know what I'm saying? He really...
I think so. I mean, he started out in arenas, but I mean, I've seen him play a 200-person club.
Right.
You know?
Those are the good ones. That's what I want to see.
Those are the good
Exactly.
I want to see that. You got it. So maybe they're going to add a date, Charles, next week. It's between Atlanta the 19th and Baltimore on the 21st.
So
they got to come right through here on the 20th.
I'm hoping, but if you look at all the times of where the shows are all doing, there's always a day between. And I don't think there's a single date on the entire concert tour where they did one show and then the next night they did a show. There's always a space between them.
They can play here, dude.
They could play here.
I got the room. I got the
room. I'm there.
I got the voltage.
I understand. I'm there. And I'm hoping.
They can play in the backyard, man.
Tony's going to set up a trailer, right?
We'll call everybody we know. Hell yeah.
Just throw it up.
What do you need, man? Flatbed trailer.
Man.
Extension cords. You're good to go.
Right. Diesel generator. Cheap PVP8s.
Yes.
How many acres you got over there, Tony?
Enough.
There you go.
Play. Yeah. But no, it would be nice if they would add a little club date. I keep getting all the, my little Live Nation feed and all our local venues here, littler venues, but nice and national acts, but waiting to see Mammoth WVH November 20th. Poof!
I know it.
I look at it not every day, but dude, I'm waiting on them to add a date near here. Yep. All right. We'll see them soon enough. I know these things are out of everyone's hands, but yeah, gosh, if they could add a Raleigh show on the 20th. Damn right.
You got volunteers in the chat to rig the stage.
I should go ahead and take that day off just in case, right?
Just in case. Hey, wishful thinking.
I should, dude. Anyway, we're
Make it
going to
happen.
scamper out of here. Everybody, thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up on your way out. We're not done yet, though. Hope to see you Saturday here for Show Me Your Pick. We'll be hanging out 9 p.m. Eastern on the weekend. We'll run a little long this weekend talking about Pink. Yeah, right there. That's
There'll be a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
She's a fascinating girl. She really is.
Badass.
Yeah. Intelligent too, very.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it.
The whole package.
Is. And we'll be right back here again next Tuesday, and we'll talk all things Van Halen. These turkeys, me and these guys right there. That's them. Yeah.
I know those guys.
Randy, thanks for being here. Always a pleasure, bro. You rock,
man. Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, man. Anytime you want to hop on, dude, you got an open invite for life, my bro.
I appreciate it. It was overdue. I think we talked about this like 2 years ago or something.
I know.
It was great. It was great because everybody knows you better now. They know you know a little bit of your story, your backstory.
Right.
So that's great. That's great. So when they see you in the chat, they're gonna go, "Oh yeah, that guy. I love that guy."
Yeah, Randy, it was great getting to know you, dude. Absolutely was.
Likewise.
Yeah, man. And everybody, thanks so much. Thanks for loving Van Halen. I appreciate that. I know you love Van Halen. Any last words there, Charles Greene?
Guys, just don't forget, it doesn't matter around here if you go north, south, east, or west. This is Halenville. All roads lead to Van Halen, guys. Have a great week. Be well. Randy, thank you so much, brother. We love you. Love all you guys in the chat. Have a great week and rock on. Right there. Be well.
Popcorn.
Nice.
Hey, Dave, what do you think about that Sammy Hagar tour? No. Oh, really? What do you think about